or just, is it something that comes, I know it comes naturally, but is it something that you get from sudden inspiration? That's the word I want to use. Sudden inspiration, or is it something that you might have to think about for a while, or while you're writing, like, I want to write about this, and then you have to think about it? Or is it just sudden inspiration? You're writing it down, just going.
I think it's a little bit of both. Mostly sudden inspiration. You know, a lot of times I feel like I'm just like an antenna for things to come through. You know?
Yeah.
Because some of the stuff that I have written and memorized, I have no idea on earth how conceptually you know what I'm saying? Like how it came about. And as a kid, when my friends learned that I could write poems, they would do things like, write about this, can you write this for me? You know, and it actually helped my skill level, because right now, like, I can go into a situation and somebody give a topic and I can write about it, like, on the spot, unless it's something where I need to research.
Yeah.
And then once I research it, I'll look over the readings or whatever online, and it'll take a couple days, but something will hit me.
Yeah.
And just all it takes is one line, and then the rest of this kind of comes.
Because I know for me it's like sudden, like I might be angry about something, I'm like, I want to write a poem, because it kind of relieves the stress of it. Writing for me also just like relieves it, like, okay, I put it on paper now. It's not here, now it's on paper, so I feel better.
Right.
So that's why I was asking that, so I want to know how you did it also.
Yeah.
And it seems like a lot of your poems, like from the CD, came kind of from your own experiences and stuff that's happened in your life. So
yeah, thematically, like, I mean, typically it's kind of how I write anyway. Like, I'm pretty confessional, but like the album ended up being The Chrysalis, the rebirth of Michelle Antoinette, because I had a lot that I needed to get off me. Also, I do a lot of storytelling as well. So you know, on the album I tell a couple of stories from the perspective of other people. You know what I mean? So if I'm not delving into my life, I'm kind of delving into and taking artistic license into other people's lives, even if it's fictional.
Yeah.
You know, even if I don't even know those people, I know that it's something that's occurring.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
I like that.
Yeah.
And let's see. What would you say was? Do you have like a favorite poet or poem that's either yours or maybe someone else's that's your favorite?
I would say there's a piece that I'm very fond of. I'm a very strong Langston Hughes fan. Let me just say that first. And it really hit me when I picked up a book in Busboys and Poets in D.C. and it was his last book. It was written in 1967. It's called The Panther and the Lash. Of this Langston, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Because often everybody, you know, lingers on the Renaissance, Harlem Renaissance era Langston Hughes, which was brilliant in itself. But we're talking about 1967.
Yeah.
And what he saw happening in the world and what he was a part of. So he was us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he has it's in sections, and he has a section about church, and he has a piece about like Christ in Alabama. It's called Christ in Alabama, and he just talks. It's I can't even, I don't know it. I wish I knew it by heart. I wish I could say it. But Langston Hughes, I will say this, is probably my number one like poet. Just as far as how profound and brief his writings were. Like, he wasn't very long-winded, but it was just like, boom, you know, just a few words.
Yeah.
Here you go, you know. And that's it. There's nothing else to it.
That's all you need.
I think Audre Lorde, I take her advice a lot. She was very good with speeches and giving advice to women, especially black women, about their responsibility to write.
Yeah.
Black women poets. And she said, you know, poetry is not revolutionary as it is revelatory. And especially for women, we have to reveal, you know, what is going on with us. And I find, I've learned that in the revelation, comes the revolution.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
true.
you know,
Yeah.
because she said it is our responsibility to create thought where there is none.
Those are really strong words.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And take that and then go into these venues and read some poetry and stuff like that and see how many times somebody has made you rethink, or not even rethink, made you think about something that you never even fathomed before. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's our job. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? But I will say right.
That's
It's
talent.
it's a gift, and
Yeah.
I think that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Because if we don't do it, who will?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
My favorite poem, though, because that's what you asked me. There's a African American anthology, poetry anthology book that somebody gave me one day. It's just a couple years ago, and I used it in a couple of the shows that I've done. I have a one-woman show that I put together called African Born Fed, American Bred, the Creation of the African American Woman.
Mhm.
And it's kind of a long title, but I feel like it's just something that needs to be said.
Yeah.
And the poem is called For My People by Margaret Walker. And she's, I'm sure, not a hugely well-known poet or anything like that,
I've
but
never heard of it.
yeah, if you look it up, it's called For My People, and it's a narrative piece almost, but it rolls off. If you read it out loud, it rolls off your tongue, and it's very passionate. By the end, you're like, like,
Hit
wow,
all that.
yeah, like,
Uh-huh.
because she's talking about, where they live, what they're doing, where they live, and this is for her people, and it's just this very profound piece. I just love it. I love to present it, because I feel like the words are in the book for a reason. We need to read them. We need to share them. That's our job.
I'll definitely look into that.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out.
Do you have anyone that you might idolize, whether it be a celebrity or just your family members in particular, or maybe looked up to when it comes to your
Yeah,
poetry?
absolutely. Like I said, of course I look up to my dad, but my uncle Vernon, my dad's youngest brother, he recently passed away, and he was like, we're like twin spirits. Like, everybody used to always just call me Little Vernon Lee. We're the same person, and he was brilliant to me, and he was a singer, and him and my Uncle Johnny toured all over, and lived in California, and tried, did the thing, they tried the thing, they tried the life, and that's motivation for me to kind of pick up the torch and
Where he left off.
where both of them, because both of them are gone. They passed away within 3 years of each other, my Uncle Johnny and my Uncle Vernon. Yeah, it's kind of tough. But them, they move me. Whenever I'm feeling low, I think about what they might have said to me. And, and they saw me. They had the opportunity to see my career start as a poet. And they're proud,
Yeah.
And I know that whatever I've witnessed them do or heard them say is instilled in me, and I know that I will be great because of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you see everything that you do with your poetry? Has it become a career for you now?
Yes.
Because I was wondering about that, about it being. Is it something you pay the bills with, basically?
It pays quite a few bills. I still work a day job.
Okay.
I work at a special needs school.
Okay.
Yeah, and for kids, I work for children. I love children. I actually have a degree in criminal justice, but I started out working with adjudicated youth in the system.
Mm-hmm.
And it's mental health and adjudication, or it's like baby conviction, if you're not familiar with what adjudication means.
Yeah.
Kind of go hand in hand.
Okay.
There's a lot of children who are on the spectrum or who have behavioral issues and end up in special needs schools.
Yeah.